Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to the market caller for today, the 17th of April, 2026. This is the market's recap for the week. Here on the market caller, we're going to be looking at all the things that has happened throughout the week, what we anticipate to happen today, and what we look forward to seeing next week. This market caller is brought to you by yours truly, the Value Flow Trading team. My name is CJ, and I'll be taking on the first part of the market caller. I'm not here alone. I'm here with my colleagues in the Value Flow Trading team. We have Abigail, we have Cynthia, Demola, and Lakon. Together, we're going to be showing you the things we are going to be expecting to see and what we've already seen from the major currency pairs that we trade and that you trade. So whether you're watching us from Lagos, London, Los Angeles, Laos, welcome to the market caller once again. So let's head straight into the chart as we commence our analysis, beginning with US dollar against gold or gold against the dollar. Now, starting off on gold against the dollar on the daily time frame, we have had a very eventful week on gold this week. This week earlier, the market color analysis group, we shared how that we wanted to see gold trade give us a good trade into this week, and we're having a bullish bias, and that played out actually on Monday. You could see how that on Monday we were having a wonderful time trading gold where market kept buying and buying throughout Monday and Tuesday after the quick sell. So Monday, Tuesday gave us a buy. Wednesday, we had a quick reversal on gold to the downside, where we saw gold selling off to the downside. And that was quite understandable because if you look carefully at gold, the place we wanted to see price get into on Monday was this fair value gap rather, right here. This is where we wanted to see price trade into on Monday. However, price was struggling to get into that place, and after that struggle, we didn't see any more push. So as at Wednesday, price had already gone to tap that region, but it didn't trade properly into it. And we also realized that after gold had gone ahead to take out this region here, this liquidity right here, price struggled to close above it. So we knew that that was going to be a move to the downside and possibly create a weekend or midweek reversal. And that midweek reversal actually played out by seeing this sell on gold to the downside on Wednesday, followed by the sell-off on Thursday. Now, today being Friday, what are we expecting? Now, we could see that price has already filled in the other block that was created by the bullish rally. Right now, we're expecting that price may continue selling, but seeing how yesterday closed, price may just resume the uptrend from here. Because if you compare this fair value gap and you see that price has filled it up, price may now be heading to take out this high properly, creating this as an inducement, or leaving this as an inducement rather. So we're expecting a resumption in the buy trend today into the remaining part of the week. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, you would also see the confirmation of what I just explained earlier, where price took out this high but didn't close above it. Then it retraced properly and then retraced into this 4-hour fair value 4-hour order block right here. You can call it a minor order block, but then price retraced into it, and now you can see that there's a rejection of that particular position. So we're expecting that price would possibly give us a bullish continuation this morning into the New York session and possibly into the new week as well. So for gold this morning, we're expecting the buy, and we've seen that price is quickly rejecting on the 1-hour time frame. So all the times the price has touched this region, it has been rejecting. So I'm expecting a buy on gold this morning, and I'm expecting it to buy all the way to the upside, taking out this high as its ultimate targets for this session or for this bullish run. So for me, I'm bullish on gold this morning, and I want to see how gold is going to play out. Already, you could see that there's been a break of structure already on the 15 minutes time frame. So this is indicative of a buy setup already on gold, and then price came back, took out liquidity, traded into the 15 minutes order block, and it's quickly reversing from there. So I'm expecting a bullish run on gold this morning. Right now, I'll be looking out for my entry signature. If I see a variation pattern or a morning star pattern, I'll be taking my buy on gold this morning because everything is looking clean and set for a buy. So if you have any entry pattern that you usually would prefer, you should use it and then take advantage of this setup because gold this morning, from what I'm seeing, is a clean and clear buy. So let's take advantage of it and make sure we apply proper risk management. Then quickly into the yen pair, starting off with the yen basket. The yen basket has been very bearish all through the week. We've been seeing series of sell all throughout the week, except for Tuesday, where we had a quick buy and then a sell-off afterwards. And for us, generally, we're just following that sentiment of a bearish yen basket. However, on currency pairs like GBP JPY, which we'll be looking at shortly, we've been seeing ranges all through the week. And here, this is GBP JPY. After the last push on Monday, after this last bullish run on Monday, we struggled to see any good trade for a continuation of the buy on GBP JPY. This is showing that there's a bit of an exhaustion in the market and we would potentially see a retracement. If a retracement should start, we'll be looking at a retracement from this level all the way up here. So we'll be targeting a retracement to somewhere around 50%, which is around 212. Right, that's the price point we're expecting retracement from. So somewhere around 212. We're expecting a deep retracement all the way to that level to give proper entries and give price at a discount for us to continue buying. So for GBP JPY, we are seeing that price is hinting at an exhaustion and a possible retracement. Hence, this accumulation that you're seeing right here. So from this accumulation, we could see a bust in price to the downside and then possible continuation back upward. So for GBP JPY, no clear trades after Monday. It has been ranging seriously. You can see the range here. So we're waiting for a breakout. Two things that might happen. Price may give an accumulation and then a possible manipulation here where price will take out all these highs and then redistribute down to these levels that we have highlighted before continuing back to the upside. So something like this may play out on GBP JPY. So let's beware. If you see price going to take out the high, we should be cautious because it could be a continuation of the buy or it could just be a fake out to take out all the previous highs are residing around here, okay? And then lastly, for Euro JPY, we're expecting pretty much the same thing. As you can see here on Euro JPY, price has already done what we're expecting on GBP JPY. I know a lot of you remember the buy trade we took on Euro JPY. Just to recall that we took a buy on Euro JPY on Monday. As you can see right here, the trade went in our direction and it hit our take profits exactly as we anticipated. GBP JPY didn't even go close to our entry. It was only Euro JPY that got to our entry and then price traded to our take profits directly. So for those who took the trade, congratulations to you. For those who did not, well, we'll look forward to better trades into the coming week. Now, for Euro JPY, you can see that it has done the accumulation we're talking about. Right now, it went ahead to break this high. So two things might happen. Price might continue buying from this place, which is this previous resistance here, or price might start selling and giving us a proper retracement. Like if you see it on the 1 hour daily time frame, you see that it has given so much of an expansion. Right now, we'll be expecting a retracement, and if it plays out so, we'll be looking forward to retracement all the way to discount regions like the 61.8 and 50% overlap region, which is around this other block right here. So we might be seeing Euro JPY sell into this region, but before doing so, we need to confirm that it is a retracement indeed. So unless that, we'd still be looking for scalps of buy on Euro JPY. So around this region, if you see a proper entry pattern, we can take the buy and ride it all the way to the upside. So it's going to be just minor scalps because we're not looking to take it long term, seeing that price is already at a premium level. We'll not be looking for long-term buys. Instead, we'll take scalps of buys until price has given proper retracement before we take long-term buys. All right. So these are the things I'm looking forward to seeing on Euro JPY. So let's head over to the dollar index. We're going to be looking at dollar index. We're going to be looking at GBP, USD, Euro USD as well. And to do that, we're going to be having Cynthia joining us here on the Market Color so that she can share her analysis with us. Good morning, Cynthia. What are we seeing and what are we expecting on the dollar index and dollar related pairs?
Good morning, CJ. Thank you so much for that very wonderful analysis. Straight to DXY and other dollar correlated pairs. what we analyzed on Monday and what played out through the week, and we were right on time to take advantage of opportunities in the market. All right. So this is DXY, and of course, we always like to start from the weekly time frame. Apologies, let my screen just pull up. Right, basically what we had on Monday and what we saw was we wanted to see a sell to buy on the dollar show classic box should soon enough, and of course we know that that's the weekly time frame, and price is just going to do what price is going to do, right? Apologies, my network is quite unstable, but we are just going to make do it what we have. So this is the box pattern I was talking. 07 spot 143, sweep to the upside, break to the downside. We want to see price returning back into this left shoulder, and even for price to trade into the other block right here before selling off. I'm coming down to the daily time frame. On daily time frame, and of course, on the weekly time frame, something to note, the previous high was taken out a bit, right? So on daily time frame, we're actually looking for price to trade right back into this left shoulder for us to continue the buy from. And of course, you know where we are buying into the weekly time buy entry show upside. Once price gets here and price has, and we see price continuing the buy all the way to the upside. On the 4-hour time frame, let's see what price. While for not for buy opportunities, we wanted to see one more push to the downside before continue with the buy on the dollar, and of course the 4-hour time frame, this seems to be a bearish move. The most recent price that this was even our markup for price to trade right back into this level, 97.449. Price tapped into this level, and we may see some push to the upside. We may see some push to the upside, a sell to buy. Even into next week, I'm looking out for buy opportunities in the dollar, right? So shoulder right here, sweep to the downside, break to the upside, and we want something very interesting on the 15 minutes time frame right here. So seeing that we're looking out for opportunities to buy in the market, I could just take a buy once price between 783. And once that happens, I want to buy the XY. Please take note of these price points that we're calling out. I want to buy at 97.683. Let's head straight to GBP USD and Euro USD to see what price has there. And if you remember on Monday, on the weekly time frame, we're actually looking at price to retrace into a left shoulder, right? We spotted it pattern a buy, right? This was exactly what I was talking about. Shoulder, sweep, break that level for us to keep buying. Right, shoulder at 1.24817 GBP USD on the much higher time frame, which is the weekly time frame. However, on the daily time frame, a break of this low and a retracement, right? We're actually looking for a buy to sell Doris into this level, which happens to be a fair value gap right here, and we may see some reaction of that point all the way to the downside. Coming down to the 4-hour time frame, we're seeing that the most recent price action seems to, be bullish. And of course, we know what happened. Price just tapped into a fair value gap, and we may see some push to the downside. If I want to start selling this market, I would like to see of this low, 332, right? So on the 15 minutes time frame, let's see what the still opportunity trading again, and of course value gap on daily time frame. I'm seeing some reaction of it. Once the low at 1.34003 has been taken out. However, on the 15 minutes time frame, I've even seen a shoulder at 1.35747, sweep to the upside, break to the downside. Once price returns, this is back into this left shoulder at this level, 172. Last on my list being Euro USD, pretty much the same thing. We were also looking for a sell, a buy sell rather, right? We're looking for a buy to sell price point for a long time. We want to see price eventually trade into this level, right? For daily time frame, on daily time frame, of course, we spotted this break, right? Price closed below this low and traded into this level on daily time frame, right? Which happens to be here. Let's fib this entire swing to see where price traded into. So price retraced into 61.8% fib level, right? Just tapped into it, and we are seeing some push to the downs price has for us. It's obviously that the most recent price action is actually bullish. And of course, I, as a person, as an entity, would like to take the sell on Euro USD once I see a break of the low at 1.16608. And on the 15 minutes time frame, let's see what price has for us. This looks like a break, right? We may see price reacting of this left shoulder at 1.18079, sweep to the upside, break to the downside. Once price retraces right back into this left shoulder, I want to sell, right? Let's see if this is respected or violated. With that being said, I've come to the end of my session. Lekon, please, what are you saying in the synthetics market? I'm looking to take advantage in the market to the synthetics market, and I'm going to follow your analysis with due diligence. So let us know what the synthetics market is doing.
Good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for that insight you've given us this morning on the dollar and also CG on the Japanese yen. So this morning we have some few marks of markup on the synthetic, both the one we've done on Monday, the those levels that has played out, and we still have some that are yet to play out, just as we have the 75 is yet to play out, but 75 1S has currently delivered yesterday. All right, so let's quickly start with 31S this morning. Now, if you look at 31S, we've been expecting, looking at the daily time frame, we've seen some level of market structure shift, more like a pull to the upside. And now price has been selling back to the downside because we look forward to a sell here. We took a sell entry somewhere around this level here because this is a clean shoulder level. And our target is that price should come and tap into this other block, which is the origin of this aggressive move to the upside. But right now, we are yet to see price tap into that level. But at the same time, if you feel this particular swing, you are going to see that price is reacting from a discount. However, this level still remains very valid. If we see price, trade into this zone, then we are going to take some entry at that particular point. Now, looking at the lower time frame on the 4 hours, you are going to agree with me that we've seen some level of market structure shift right on the 4-hour time frame, looking at what we have now. So I'm of the opinion that this is the most valid POI for a buy of VIX30, while we have this particular level also when price come and take out this liquidity point. All right, so we'll be looking out for that particular level too when price come and take out this liquidity point for VIX31S. So this is the region we are looking for opportunity to buy VIX31S with our stop loss just below this low, and we are targeting 1:2. All right, which is the stop here. And quickly to 75-1S that already delivered. We have this markup since Monday, and just on we see how that price came all the way. This is the shoulder here. We have the sweep and we have the break, and just on Wednesday price tapped into this zone and delivered properly yesterday. All right, so that is that. And what is the next move for this 75-1S? The next move is still that if for any reason we see price pull back into this zone, you may want to take it, but that would be the second leg, which won't really deliver much. But where my eyes is on for the weekend is on this 75 itself. Looking at it, this is our shoulder. We have the sweep at the top here, and we have the liquidity point around this zone, which we are expecting price to trade into so that we can properly follow through. So on my watch list now, I have this 75 and this 30 for the weekend. So for us to take opportunity of that, we are expecting price to trade to this particular price zone on this 75 itself. And when price get there, we take the short and we give it 1:2 or 1:4. All right, so this is it for the synthetic index this morning. As our analysis for the week, 1 out of our 3 watches has played out, which is this 75-1S, and we still have this 30 and 75 itself that we are still waiting for, knowing fully well that today is the recap of what we have on the market color. All right, so let's be patient enough to see what weekend gives us in the market, so for us to take advantage of what is going on there. Yes, it's going to be this brief on synthetic for today, being Friday, the 17th of April 2026. All right, right now we'll be going quick to the indices to see what is going on in the indices market. Let's hear from Demola if there are opportunities there too that we can take, since this one's showing up here is for us to take during the weekend. All right, so let's quickly move to the indices market to know what is going on there. Good morning, Demola. Demola, if you can hear me, you are muted.
Good morning,
If
good
you can,
morning.
all right, thank
Can
you.
you
Good
hear me now? I
morning.
believe you can
Yes,
hear me now.
yes,
Thank
loud
you
and
so
clear.
much, Lincoln,
Yes.
for the analysis on synthetic. On indices this morning is going to be a very quick one, a brief one, right? We've seen the market regain momentum to the upside, bullish momentum to the upside with the ease of the war going on, right? We've seen NASDAQ creating new high, S&P 500 also the same thing. However, Dow Jones, we still have a long way to go with Dow Jones, right? Seeing everything playing out this morning, provided we have a almost neutral to no sub news in terms of bearish news. military actions or anything that can cause chaos again in the market, we should see this bullish rally continue, right? We should see it continue to the upside. And we're seeing on the higher time frame, 4-hour time frame, that structure is beginning to change to a more bullish market. Can we see? Yes, structure is beginning to change, right? And that is just technical, right? What will make us even gives us more confidence in this market will be a clear-cut compromise from both parties, right? Coming into an agreement, either Iran taking the deal or US, renegotiating the term and then they come together to agree on it. If that happens, then we would see the stock market and even the indices market rally aggressively to the upside, right? That being said, on a daily base or intraday kind of trade, I wouldn't want to take any trade today. This is the end of the week on Friday. It's just best to sit out. Usually there's something called end of the week reversal, where the markets just tries to get reverse a bit to some levels for it to continue the rally on Monday. So I wouldn't want to even take any trade this morning. I'm just actively monitoring what is happening, right? And the tone of the market, and even also the candlestick, right? The pressure we saw yesterday was quite bullish, but not as strong as what we had on Wednesday, right? Momentum on Wednesday was really, really strong. All right, so but notwithstanding, we'll still be monitoring the market just to see how it reacts, right, to whatever news is coming forth. And to the next one, which is NAS 100. On NAS 100, what do we have? We've seen the market rally, right? Strong on the daily basis. Network is quite messy this morning. It's a bit slow. Okay, and so we are back. Seeing that the market has broken all previous resistance, broken all previous all-time high, right? And we've created a new ATH. We are currently bullish, and that suggests that whatever we're looking for in anticipation of the positive news, right? We're looking for a buy. Technicals the same buy, right? And then we want to get a good flow of fundamental. Any news that supports a buy would be the one we're looking for, and then we can take trades from that zone. This looks like a good zone already with this inducement above, right? And so price can as well just quickly tap into this for it to continue moving to the upside. But like I mentioned, today is Friday, and I wouldn't be trading, all right? Except if I see a very good and clean opportunity that can, compel me to back it up with some risks. However, that's not the case for now until probably 1:30 or 2:30 in the afternoon, where the New York market is most active. All right, so on NAS 100 also, we'll be looking for buy opportunities into next week. This week has been really, really interesting, chaotic on Monday, and then into the week, we've seen a rally, right? A rally that didn't even give any option. There's no point for you to enter in this market, right? The other block, fair value gap, nothing. We just continued the rally. I like that. So this is just the nature of the market, all right? This is the nature of the market. The same thing with S&P 500 we have going on, right? No retracements, no retests. It just picked one direction and then started moving to the upside. So this is just the reality of what we have going on. By next week, we should get better and clearer price action as to what to do, and then that will now help us even start making taking more position in the market. I believe even with all of this rally, there will be a retracement, and then we can join that retracement to continue the new all-time high, right? Because I believe strongly price is going to create a new all-time high. Even after this one that's been created today, a retracement and then a continuation. So that's pretty much what have going on with the indices market. Not so much has happened in terms of trade opportunity for us to take advantage of. Very quickly, we'll be going to the next one. Abigail, what are you seeing on the commodity market? How is it going over at your end? How is it at your end? Over to you.
All right, Imola, thank you, and welcome back everyone once again to the market color session hosted by the Value Flow Trading Academy. So very quickly, we're going to look at commodity currencies to see what these asset classes were able to achieve this week and possible levels we're watching out for moving into next week. Starting off with a look at USD CAD on the 5-minute time frame, which is where we basically marked out our key points of interest. I wanted to see price do one of two things. And as at Monday, we drew out these 4 level points saying we wanted to see confirmational buyers that would make us know if USD CAD was going to sell. Surely we saw that. Price came and retested. It came first, retested this level, came and gave us another entry here, and USD CAD sold beautifully. From point of analysis to how far USD CAD has gone, over 100 pips has been achieved on this asset class. And very quickly looking at NZUSD as well, we also marked out 4 different level points, with one of them having double confluence, saying we want to see price coming back to, give us confirmations to see if the buy was going to hold. And what did we see? NZUSD, this is the 13th of April. This is all the way back. Well, let's move into today's data. Price has already rewinded way back. So this is what we're looking out for, 13th of April, which was Monday's analysis. And look at how far NZUSD got. It did a lot. Look at that. Beautiful, right? And they started to sell gradually. But we're going to go into that shortly. Right now, my key focus is to show you the result of the analysis that we did on Monday, just to build your confidence even more, to see how these strategies work and how you could be making money using these strategies, especially this indicator-based strategy. I know a lot of people think indicator is not exactly the best for them. Look at money being made, yeah? Look for what works and stick to it. So for AUD/USD as well, 13th of April, price did not trade into, it didn't fully tap into our preferred zone, which was somewhere at 0.70212. Instead, it bought, came back here, and when we saw our entry was the following day when price came to test our indicator, gave us confirmation, and from that point of entry to how far price moved, you can see how many pips it also did. So we made some cool money from these asset classes this week. Now moving into next week, what do we think is going to be happening on AUD/USD? Let's go to the H4 time frame. Sorry about that. Quickly go to the H4 time frame to see what price is doing. So this is where price currently is now. Price broke through the previous high that we had, and sunshine has been printed. So my bias on AUD/USD is still very much a buy, with a temporal fill expected to happen very soon. So I'm going to just take out these zones because they've played their part already, and I don't want you to get confused by the many lines on the chart. So quickly take this out and focus on what price is going to be doing moving forward. Moving forward, H1 time frame. These are now my key POIs. Point of interest 1, point of interest 2. So we have 2 major points of interest here because the second one has a double confluence. So I'm expecting AUD/USD to buy. My general bias is a buy on AU, but I'm expecting a temporal sell-off. You have to retrace. You can't just keep, digging to the upside or pushing to the upside instead. We expect a temporal sell into this zone and then the buy continuation. Of course, a lot of things are going to change moving into Monday, but for now, our major points of interest for today would now be here. You can take note of the price levels if you do not have the indicators. I know a lot of us would not have it. That is for those of us who may not be students of the academy. Those who are students already have this installed on their laptops. So there's a double confluence here. And The final level point I'm marking out is now right here, which is where price currently is. So POI1, for the sake of those of us who don't have the indicators, is 0.71217. Point of interest 2 is 0.71501. Point of interest 3, 0.71765. And point of interest 4, 0.71950. You can watch this video at the end of the session, so you're able to write down those price points and add them to your analysis to make some money off this market. So what am I basically saying? I've already stated it. I'm expecting AU to give us a temporary retracement into the zone, or violate, come into the zone, and then start to buy. But is it possible that AUD/USD is going to violate all of these levels and just continue to sell into the higher time frame points of interest? Very likely, and that's why the importance of confirmational buyers cannot be overemphasized. So when we see our confirmations, is what will make us know which particular point of interest is going to be holding. I'm moving into NZD/USD on the H4 time frame as well. Drag that into today's movement. So for NZD/USD now, major structure is still, pushing still to the downside. However, looking at most recent price action, price has broken through this level. It broke through this level, broke through this level. There is still a major resistance that is waiting for it around here. So is it possible that NZD/USD is going to give us a temporary retracement and then buy back into this resistance? Very likely. Similar to what I did on AU, I'm going to take out our previous POIs and focus on, what is to happen or what has happened already. Go to H1. On the H1 now, these are now my new points of interest. Point of interest 1, point of interest 2, and point of interest 3, which are all marked by the black horizontal line. Marked by the black horizontal line. So NZD/USD, right now, NZD/USD is currently at a key support level. So it's very likely that you could even just start to buy from here. But we're still going to mark out these zones and wait for what? Confirmations. Moving into the M5 time frame, marking out our key points of interest as well. What are they? Yesterday's high, low, day before yesterday's high, and low. There's a double confluence around yesterday's low. Okay, so these are now our major points of interest that we're watching out for. POI 1, 2, 3, and 4 to get a specific price point. 0.58815, 0.58920, 0.59172, and 0.59215 are the levels we're watching out for NZD/USD. Price is currently at a key support level. Even on the M5 time frame, you see the multiple times that price came to tap into this one. But looking at this now, there's a lot of stop losses resting around this level. So we even see a dip that will just come to take this out and then continue to buy. But what we need confirmations, and based on what I'm seeing now, for sure, no confirmation has been printed yet. So we're waiting. So what did I say on NZD/USD? Major structure is a sell, minor is a buy. I want to see retracement that would hold by giving me confirmations and then buy back into our major resistance level somewhere around 0.59649. And then finally for USD CAD on the H4 time frame as well, price has violated this key resistance zone that we had here. It broke through it. However, moving into most recent price movement as well, you see that price has changed character. Price should have continued to buy if it was going to maintain the structure point that it started in somewhere around January. However, there was a change of character, a confirmational break of structure around here. So it's giving me a sell incentive. Sunshine has also been printed, so I'm expecting a temporal buy. I say temporal because price could buy into this zone and continue to sell, or it could violate. Until I see those violations happen, I'm still going to maintain the term temporal. So I'm expecting price to temporarily buy into the zone or buy into the zone, and we'll see which of them is going to be holding. So same thing, M5, trading is times. So just learn how to trade it, and pretty much you're going to find yourself doing the same thing over and over again. Now for USD CAD, there happens to be about 2 confluences here, or even 3. So this is yesterday's high that has been worked out in confluence with the 1-hour horizontal line and the trend indicator. So there's a very likely possibility that price is going to trade into the zone and hold. Very, very high probability. So mark that out and mark out yesterday's low, day before yesterday's high, and day before yesterday's low. So these are now the zones I'm watching out for. One of 2 things will happen, and my confirmation is what is going to make it even clearer. If you want to learn what these confirmations mean and how you'll be able to see them when they do occur, I implore you to sign up for our trainings at the Value Flow Trading Academy. We do not hold anything back. We teach you every single thing you need to know to be able to make consistent cash flow from this market. All you have to do is to send us a message to our WhatsApp number 081 60 99 50 30, and we are going to guide you through everything you need to know. Once again, 081 60 99 50 30, and let us get you on board. With that being said, thank you so much for joining us this week. I look forward to seeing each and every one of us moving into next week. It's a weekend, so take some time out to rest, but also don't forget to spend some time on your chat studying, okay? TGIF everyone. Have an amazing weekend. Cheers and God bless. Goodbye for now.